This is going to be how to overcome any addiction from an ex-drug addict, which is me. I'm an ex-fucking drug addict. Now, this is, disclaimer, not medical advice. I'm not a professional. I'm simply a dude that was addicted to drugs, alcohol, bitches, and money. And now I've found a sense of peace in my life. And I want to share with you guys what the fuck has actually worked for me. So without further ado, let's get started. Phase number 1, the awareness phase. This is where majority of you watching this video probably are. You're curious. You're like, yeah, you know what? I might have a problem. It's kind of starting to impact my life, whether it's porn, nicotine, whatever the fuck it is, bro. Maybe it's video games. Maybe you actually drink a lot and you're an alcoholic. Whatever it is, you're in this awareness phase. We're like, yeah, you know what? I might have a problem. It's kind of starting to impact my life. If you're in this phase, honestly, you're kind of fucked. You need to wait a little bit of time until you at least get into phase number 2, which is willingness. You go from thinking, okay, I might have a problem here, to, hey, I legitimately have a problem and I want to stop doing this thing. This is a good place to be. A good chunk of you watching this probably also in this spot right now, where you legitimately have admitted to yourself, hey, I kind of got a problem and I want to stop. How can I be better? Well, phase number 3 is the absolute worst place you want to be, but it's also the best place to be when it comes to finally kicking this thing for good. And this phase number 3 is desperation. So you go from thinking phase number 1, I might have a problem here. Phase number 2, hey, I want to stop doing this thing, to phase number 3, complete desperation. I fucking need to stop doing this thing. It goes from a want to a need. Now, in this phase, you realized that this is impacting your work. This is impacting your relationships. You're not getting good sleep. You're becoming increasingly unhealthy. It's fucking you up, bro. And you are just ready to finally get rid of this thing, okay? This is a shitty emotional state of being to be in. I can't tell you guys how many fucking times I was in this state of being. It felt like never ending for 5 years straight. See, my addiction really ramped up when I was 19 to about 24. So a 5-year time period of just feeling like, yo, I need to stop doing this shit. I just don't know how. Well, here's the good news. Phase number 4 is action. Desperation leads to action. You're like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna quit. I'm going to quit. I'm done with this shit. I'm done. So you quit. Now, inevitably, some time's going to pass. Maybe some work stress comes up. Maybe it's a nice sunny day. And for whatever other trivial reason, you eventually fucking relapse. And this feels shitty, bro. This was me for 5 years. I would get together maybe a month, 2 months of clean time, and eventually, for whatever fucking reason, maybe a new beer came out, maybe my girlfriend was pissing me off, whatever the fuck it was, I would eventually relapse, which leads you to the final phase, number 5, which is immense guilt and shame. Because in phase number 4, man, you were committed to fucking kicking this thing for good. You're gonna power through this. You're no way you're not gonna be able to quit this. If someone else can do it, so can you. But for whatever reason, you fucking relapsed and you're back here, phase number 5. And guess what, bro? This is the fucking vicious cycle. Because what happens is the guilt brings you right back to desperation. And you're like, okay, I need to fucking quit again. Some time passes and for whatever fucking reason, you relapse again. And this is the vicious cycle. Because the more guilt you feel, the more you want to escape from those feelings of guilt. So what do? You use your vice. Okay, and the more you use your vice, the guiltier you're going to feel, and the guiltier you're going to feel, the more you use your vice, and this is the vicious fucking cycle. And you're in a downward spiral into just living in guilt and shame and fucking hating your life. This shit is absolutely miserable. It's probably the closest thing I could compare to hell on earth, is wanting to quit something and not fucking being able to, bro. And feeling like you're weak and you're broken, something's fucking wrong with you. It sucks, dude. It fucking sucks. But here's what I've been taught. This is the key. This is how you intercept this cycle, okay? And you probably don't want to hear this. This is counter to most advice, is just man up and push through, is stop trying to quit on your own willpower. It will not fucking work, bro. If you're an addict like me and you've been trying to quit whatever the fuck your vice is, maybe you haven't admitted to yourself that you're an addict yet. Okay, it took me a long time to get to that point, because I was like, dude, I'm not a fucking addict. There's no way. I still got a job, I still got a girlfriend, I still got a fucking car. There's no way I'm an addict, right? An addict is a bum on the fucking street. Stop trying to do it on your own willpower, bro. And let me dive deeper into this, okay? Because if you're still convinced like, hey, I can just, this is finally gonna be the time, I'm finally gonna be able to quit, bro. This is something something called a map of consciousness. Now, don't get overwhelmed by this, bro. But remember how I was talking about guilt and shame? That's what your usage of your vice keeps you in. These are just basically emotional states of being. Now, whenever you're in any of these emotional states of being, you're inevitably going to use your vice. When you're in guilt and shame, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, whenever you're in any of these, bro, you're going to use your vice. Why? Because when you're in these emotional, energetic states, using your vice actually feels better. It pulls you out of this bullshit when you use your vice. You actually feel better, right? Like, I mean, you light up a fucking joint, you feel neutrality, right? You feel like, yeah, that thing I was stressing about, I don't fucking care anymore. I'm pretty neutral to it now, right? You have a couple beers, I'm pretty neutral to it, right? You, by using your vice, you move from these low-level energetic states to these higher ones. The thing is, you can't stay up here forever because inevitably whatever you're doing wears off, right? And you go back to here. And you're always going to stay stuck in here, trying to get back to here, but you can never stay in here, okay? Because your vice is temporary and you're just going to be stuck in here until you can fucking change. Now, you're stuck in here, right? That's why you're getting fucking loaded. I was there too, bro. Trust me. But no one fucking explained it to me like this. Now, what had to happen is I needed to move from here to here, but I couldn't do that on my own willpower. And I tried for 5 fucking years, bro. I tried so many different things. I tried therapy. I tried self-hypnosis. I tried going to a men's self-improvement boot camp where they literally like beat the shit out of you and scream at you. Like, bro, I tried everything and I kept fucking relapsing. But what I realized is, and I'm going to get into how that was possible for me in a second, but if you can go through the fire here, okay, you'll notice how courage is above pride. Because if you're saying to yourself, hey, I can quit on my own, that's pride, and you're going to be stuck down here, bro. Good fucking luck. I'm just keeping it real. But if you can have the courage to admit, hey, I have a fucking problem, I can't do this on my own, you're in this change zone. And eventually what we want to do is get you to these higher level emotional states, joy, love, reason, and acceptance, because there will be no want or desire to want to get high when you're living in these emotional states of being. I promise you that, because, bro, getting high or drunk when you live in these emotional states of being will actually put you further down and make you feel worse, bro. That's the fucking kicker. Right now you're getting loaded because you're living down here, and getting high makes you feel better. It moves you up a couple notches. But if you can figure out how to live up here, bro, getting high and loaded actually worsens and dampens your emotional state of being. So how do we get you up here, bro? You got to go through the fire and this change. And how you do it is stop trying to fucking do it with your own willpower. Because remember we went over pride. Pride is part of this zone of I'm going to continue getting high. Part of pride is saying, hey, I can do this on my own. I can use my own willpower. If you can, some people can, bro, but if you're a fucking real deal Holyfield addict like me, you fucking can, and you've probably been banging your head against the wall for 5 fucking years and never been able to do it on your own. And the thing is, maybe you eventually could, bro, but why go through the stress if this is kind of like a cheat code, a shortcut? So what do I actually mean by that? Let's get into it. And you probably don't want to hear this, but I'm just going to tell you what worked for me, bro, is get curious about a higher power. You don't have to call this thing God. It can be Mother Nature. It can be a fucking doorknob, for fuck's sakes, bro. Anything that is not you, okay? Because whatever you're currently trying to do is not working. Just be real with yourself, bro. So get curious about higher power. For me, I choose to call it God. For you can call it infinite love, intelligence. You can call it the universe, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It doesn't matter. Just get curious about it. Once you begin to get curious about it, you're then going to simply ask it for help. This looks like throwing up a prayer, right? No one believes in a higher power or God or wants to fucking think about any of these things until they're literally about to overdose from too much cocaine and Adderall and are throwing up a prayer, please keep me alive. I swear I'll quit if you can get me through this, right? So deep down in your bones, you know there's something out there, and maybe you've been in a fucking jam, maybe it's a car crash, maybe any point in your life where it's a near-death experience, and all of a sudden you believe in God instantly, right? Okay. Well, that's the same type of desperation you need here, brother. You got to ask this thing for help, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe it's getting on your knees. Maybe it's praying. Maybe it's fucking sitting on a park bench meditating. Who gives a fuck? What I found is this higher power is not very particular, okay? And I'm not talking about religious shit. I've never read out of the Bible. I just want to put that disclaimer. It's not very particular. As long as you try to make contact with it, it'll be there for you. You do that through prayer, and basically here's a sample prayer you can use. Whoever or whatever is out there, please help me. I can't stop doing this, whatever the fuck your vice is. It's really that simple, bro. And begin to have at least hope that change is possible for you. You don't have to have faith yet, but just have hope and be open-minded. If you think this is a bunch of bullshit, that's fine, bro. But I'll challenge you with this. Is what you're doing working? Why are you even watching a video like this? Clearly it's not fucking working. So let's try something new, right? So you're desperate enough. You pray and you surrender to the fact that you can't do this on your own. And what's going to happen is this higher power is going to appoint you to either rehab if you're a really bad case, 12-step room if you're a really bad case like me, an online community, therapy. These are just some examples. But this higher power will fucking take care of you, bro. I promise you that. It could look like a phone call from a friend that's like, hey, I know you're struggling. Let's do this thing together. Let's go for a hike. Let's chop it up. What, dude, I don't know what it's going to look like, right? My only goal with this video is to help you guys just get a little bit curious and open the door a little bit to this idea that a higher power could actually help you fucking quit this thing, because I was banging my head against the fucking wall for 5 years, bro, trying to quit. And I would quit one drug and swap it for a fucking another. And I tried therapy. I tried self-hypnosis. I tried all sorts of fucking things. And this is the only thing that worked, bro. And eventually for me, you know, my higher power led me to a 12-step room, and that worked for me. But that's not going to work for everyone. And this is the key right here, is the way you can get rid of your vice for good is believing in something and trusting in it, and literally anything that is not your own willpower, is clearly that's not fucking working, right, bro? I'm just being real with you. And the key is to humble yourself and admit you can't do this on your own. And if you're watching this video and you're like, fuck you, Tiz, I don't want to hear this shit, that's fine, bro. That's fine. You may be stuck in pride, and that's just life. But what's going to happen is this cycle will eventually beat you the fuck down, bro, of, hey, I need to stop doing this thing. I'm going to quit now and relapse, and now I feel guilty, and now I'm fucking desperate again. I need to quit. Okay, I relapse and I feel guilty. This cycle, bro, what happened for me is I thought I could do it on my own for 5 fucking years. So maybe you just need to keep trying to do it on your own until you can finally get beaten down enough to surrender to the fact that you can't do this on your own. And that was my experience. And that's just the unfortunate reality. But this was told to me as well, is if you feel like your life is going to shit, you don't have to wait till you hit rock bottom, bro. At any point, you can decide to fucking put down the shovel and stop digging. You can decide this is as far as I want to go. For me, it was an emotional bottom. I didn't lose the girl. I didn't lose the house. I didn't have to go to rehab. I just felt like I wanted to fucking die, and I was sick of feeling like that. So I decided to put down the shovel. That's it for today's video, man. Hope you guys got value from this. If you have any questions for me, if you're struggling with something, you want to email me privately and not necessarily be featured in a video, you just want someone to chat to, my email's in the description. Hope you guys enjoy this one. Love you guys. Peace.